Hey guys! So today I'm going to be doing a Monday blues type smoky eye just because school's starting for me tomorrow and therefore it's like a Monday and it's terrible. So first off, I'm just going to be priming my eye with Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Fair, I believe. Yep, Fair, shade 15. And I'm just going to be rubbing that in with my finger, making sure it's all nice and blended. I have a lot of discoloration on my eyelids, so this is crucial for the color to look the same, pretty much. So I'm just rubbing that in, making sure it's all nice and full coverage. And then I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Paris Hip High Intensity Pigments Duo Ombre Shadows. This is in the shade Forgiving, and I'm going to be using this beautiful, like, dark, it's like a royal blue. And I'm popping that right on the lid using a BH Cosmetics shadow brush. So it's a super it's a super pigmented shadow and it looks amazing, especially if you have blue eyes, but I'm sure it looks amazing on all colors realistically. So yeah, I'm just going to be popping that all over the lid. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. And don't mind my ratchet hair right now. It's absolutely terrible. I was moving in today, so didn't need to look really pretty or anything. And then I'm using the other color in that same shadow, Duo Ombre Shadow palette. And I'm just going to be using the brown shade and taking a little blender brush and just popping that right in the crease. And I'm just going to keep blending until it's fully blended and it meshes well with the blue. I would have never personally put blues and browns together, but after using this duo eyeshadow palette, I'm like, yes, why didn't I think of this before? And also the brown is also very pigmented. These are called HIP, so high intensity pigments, which now makes sense after I've used it. These are old. I don't know if you can still get them, but I don't use them very often, so I thought I'd make a video using it. And now I'm just continuing to blend it with a bigger fluffy blender brush from BH Cosmetics. And now I'm taking the other hip shadows I have. This is in the shade Magnetic, and I'm just taking that darker blue shade and I'm going to be putting it in my outer V to really smoke out the entire look. So I'm just going to be blending that in with the blue and blending that in with the brown. And don't worry if you don't have clean lines because we'll be cleaning that up later with concealer and a beauty blender. So just keep blending, keep blending. I just got my fluffy blending brush again. I'm just making sure all the colors mesh well together. And then I'm going to be, I don't even remember. There, okay, I'm going in with the brown shade and then a smudge brush, and I'm just going to be putting that on my lower lash line. You could go with the blue, you could go with the brown, it doesn't really matter. I personally, however, wanted to smoke out this entire look, so the brown I thought would give a more smoky effect, and I think it does. So I'm just continuing to blending the lower lash line, just making sure it all works together and it's all cohesive and all blended in. So then after that, I'm looking for something. I'm going in with the smudge brush and just that darker blue shade again, and I'm just going to be darkening the outer V even more to add definition to the eyes. And just blending, blending, blending. Just keep on blending, girl. You can never blend too much. So I just keep on blending. Just like that, okay? And I'm dancing a little bit. So now we're gonna go in with that first blue shadow that I used, and we're just gonna be making the lid look a little darker. Just with all the blending, it kind of lined it up a little bit, so we're just gonna brighten it up with some more shadow. So again, just put that all over the lid and make sure it's fully blended. And now we're going to clean up our outer edge, so I'm just using that same concealer that I used to prime my eye, and I'm just fixing up the edge by putting a straight line, just like that, and then taking a beauty blender, which isn't damp, which I hate using them when they're not damp, but it still works. So I'm just going in and making sure that's all blended, and that it creates a nice straight line, which in the end it does, which is good. know, I'm just admiring my line right now because, come on, that's pretty difficult to do in my opinion. So now we're going to be going for liner. I'm using Essence Waterproof Liner in the shade Black. This stuff's like $3. You honestly can't go wrong. It lasts forever, but it does come off, which is nice. It's not like one of those waterproof things where like scrubbing the crap out of your eyes trying to get it off. It does come off. But it's just a really pigmented liner, and it's really easy to use. Has a nice thin brush. I don't know, like a 5-point liner. And then after, I'm going in with the Rimmel Scandal Eyes pencil liner in the shade Black. Yeah, Black. And I'm just going to be smudging that on my waterline. I don't normally wear black liner on my waterline, but I thought I'd give it a shot. And I'm just going to be popping some mascara on. This one's Maybelline's Great Lash, which is a classic in my opinion. So I'm just going to be adding that to my top lashes and my bottom lashes, just like that. And I didn't want to film the other eye on camera, so I just did that off camera because that makes more logical sense. You guys will have to see the process all over again. Before I do that, I'm just going to make sure the brown is smudged and that it's all blended and nice. There, woohoo, got 2 eyes done. So now I'm just going to be taking this Rimmel London palette. This part's not really necessary. You can always do with highlight too. It'll probably be better, but what is done is done. So it's Rimmel London Color Brush Quad Eyeshadow in the shade Sweet Smoulder. I'm just taking that blue shade and just popping it in my inner corner. And I'm just using a little brush that it comes with, which I don't use very often, but I decided to use this time. So after that, we'll be moving on to lips. I decide to go with a nice nude lip, a darker nude lip, I guess. So I'm using Kylie's Dolce K, the one and the only Dolce K, I know. But first I'm going to be lining my lips with the Dolce K liner. I love these liners, they're super creamy, super pigmented, but I don't like that you can't sharpen them properly. That's a problem, but you can't have everything, right? So I'm just going to be lining my lips with Dolce, and then I'm going to be going in with the liquid lipstick. I really like doing the brown and the blue together, so I definitely want to keep that theme going with a nice brown lip, but something that's not too dark and that overpowers the eyes. So just going in with Dolce right now. And it is a nice color. I like Candy K better, but they're not really comparable, so I guess I shouldn't say that. And that is the final look. It's very night out, so it's obviously super dramatic. I wouldn't wear it during the day, but I think it turned out okay. So let me know what you guys think, and I'd love to hear your comments, your feedback, and if you could subscribe, that would make my life. Love you guys.